But yeah, I think things will start to kick off. And I think one of the big things coming out of Man United at the moment is that there's a lot of focus on Casemiro. There's a lot of focus on Rashford, potentially Antony as well. But Amorim, I still don't think we fully understand what Amorim is all about. And there is certainly an element of ruthlessness to Amorim and what he is. Oh my God. Oh, excuse me. Where did that come from? Why are they coming back? Nothing there. Just a sneeze. Anyway, so yeah, I think there's an element of ruthlessness to Amorim that we are yet to fully understand the full grasp of that. Yes, Rashford's been treated in a way that makes it very obvious that Amorim wants him out. Yes, Casemiro's been treated the same. But there are other players that Amorim would move on that I think would cause an intake of breath in this fan base. Garnacho is certainly one of those. Angel Michael says, could I sell both Garnacho and Rashford? Well, could Manchester United sell them both? I think we're in a really strange situation with Zirkzee and Garnacho if we start off talking with both of those. A lot of reports in the last 48 hours that Zirkzee is surplus to requirements and also that Garnacho, well, it's been going on for a couple of weeks with Garnacho, to be fair, because I spoke to you about this it was last Friday, so nearly a week ago, that it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Man United would cash in on Garnacho and move him on. I would have been absolutely devastated by this probably a month ago. I think where we are with Garnacho at the moment is that you've just got to trust the manager. And if for whatever reason he's not getting the buy-in from that player, regardless of age or talent, nobody's bigger than Manchester United. And the whole point of when Jose Mourinho said, I want to sell Rashford, Shaw and Martial, well, we don't know whether it was all three, but he definitely wanted to sell 2 out of the 3 because he admitted it in the summer. The club said no. They should have said yes, because a manager cannot build their vision if you prevent them from doing what they want to do. So if it's on the agenda that Amorim wants to sell Garnacho and there is an offer for Garnacho, then Manchester United must sell Garnacho. I think there's a really talented player there, but there's a real stark contrast. There is Ahmad and there is Garnacho. And I think to the world, Garnacho has more hype. But to Man United fans, Ahmad is the better player. So let the world take the hype, we'll take the player, is what I'm saying. Now, I think Garnacho can be a player, and I think Ahmad can get hype. But the bottom line is, I know where I would prefer to be following at the moment, and that is Ahmad. So if Amorim feels the same, then, and there is money to be made that can be used elsewhere. And for example, if you could take £50 million for Garnacho now with a good incentivized, if he does this, we get another 20 million, etc., and a buy-on clause, you're always going to benefit from a player that you paid nothing for, and you could utilize that money to bring in Edison or a left-footed player. So it's ruthless conversation, but it's ruthless conversation that's needed this morning and from now on, in the sense that I think over the last few years, we wouldn't be selling Rashford or Casemiro. We're now talking about, will we sell Dalot and Garnacho? And I think that is the depth of a clear out that we actually need. Yes, the headlines are Rashford and Casemiro, but actually a proper clear out is going beyond the obvious and digging deeper to generate more funds. And maybe this will be a wake-up call for Garnacho. I hope it will be, but he has to be in the conversation as much as Rashford. Nobody should be protected. This is a football club that is on its arse. It is 14th. It is playing absolutely terrible. It doesn't look, I think Southampton will be a difficult game at the moment, and we have internationals and people that we play a lot of money for. Love to see Gyökeres in January, says Grace. I saw a story about Gyökeres in the Mirror and Man United trying to get that deal done in January transfer window. I'd say you've got next to no hope of that happening for a multitude of reasons. Happy to discuss it very, very quickly. Gyökeres would be very welcome at Manchester United. I think there's a multiple reasons why it won't happen. 1, where's the money coming from? 2, I don't think there's an agreement with Sporting I think there is an agreement with Sporting that we won't take any of their players in January unless they want us to. And thirdly, there are other issues that we need to resolve. I think the worst thing we could do is spend all our money on Gyökeres in January and then find ourselves in February with no service to Gyökeres. So I think we need to build elsewhere before we go for a striker. Akil says, any club comes for any player will not be paying excess of £30 million for anyone. World ain't stupid like United. Guarantee Saudi will be looking for Bruno, says Akil. Well, you know, Man United might need to take what they can take, as I said. Also, a lot of stories around Zirkzee at the moment. I think I'm going to be in the minority here. I think the reaction to the Zirkzee stuff has just been very self-righteous by a lot of Manchester United fans. I've just seen so many people going, fans shouldn't be cheering a substitution. It's humiliating for a young player. Put yourself in his shoes. And I thought, okay, put yourself in his shoes then. 150 grand a week, set for life, living the dream, playing the game that everybody else would love to do. Yeah, I think I could deal with being cheered off the pitch somehow. I really do. Oh, worst case scenario, I'll still get paid. Worst case scenario, I've still got a career ahead of me. Worst case scenario, loads of clubs in Italy want me. Ooh, I'm devastated that I've been cheered off. You know, it's like everybody is entitled to an opinion. I don't agree with booing fans in a football ground, and I do sympathise with Zirkzee being the fall guy. But that is an accumulation of frustration aimed at one substitution that could have been any player. It could have been Onana subbed, it could have been Delo subbed, it could have been anybody. And if Zirkzee is naive enough to think that that is aimed solely at him, then it's another example of a player being out of touch of the club they're actually playing for. That was not aimed at Zirkzee. That was aimed at a shit performance where something needed to change, and it was him who came off. It was not aimed at him individually. And when you get all these people going, oh, Man United fans should be ashamed. Hello, Manchester United players should be fucking ashamed. They're earning millions of pounds a week, putting us in 14th place in the league, playing absolutely shit. And everybody who cheered that substitution is not being paid. They're paying their own money, and they're being asked to pay more money by Ineos to watch that shit. I tell you what, if you go to a cinema tonight, or you go and watch a comedian tonight and they're crap, they'll get jeered. They'll get a bad review. This is why we fail. Nonsense like this. Absolutely nonsense. Now, if Zirkzee's not happy, there's the door. If Amorim's not happy with him, there's the door. If you want to be a player at Man United, get yourself onto MUTV and watch some classic games, because I tell you what, I don't see enough from a lot of our players that they're Man United players for the future. And I'm certainly not up for playing the sympathy game with a bunch of players that are playing absolutely shit at the moment. I mean, Ahmad, I think, for his New Year post, apologised. And yet he's been one of our better players. The last thing we need is the sympathy card. G-Man says, it was unsettling to see, disgusting in my opinion. I haven't got a problem with it, G-Man, and I don't care if I'm in the minority or not. It was unsettling to see. Turn it off, don't watch it then. I think it was more unsettling for the 75,000 United fans who give up their time over the festive period and spend lots of money giving up family time, putting their hand in their pocket, travelling to go and watch an absolute shower of shit. What do you want them to do? Applaud somebody off? It's competitive sport, mate. If everybody's a winner, go and watch... No, maybe don't do that. But yeah, we moan about being a club on its arse, and then people moan when players get the result of the club being on its arse. So, in the heat of the moment, fans applaud a substitution because they're pissed off. And now the fans are the problem. This is the world we live in. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.